It's not just another day in your life. Things are changing for the better. At Comcast, we see those changes, and we're thinking about how we use technology today to live, work, learn, and play. And we're building for the future now, so we're better prepared for the wants and needs of tomorrow. That's why Comcast is rolling out multi-gig internet speeds to more than 50 million homes and businesses before the end of 2025, making our already industry-leading network even faster, smarter, greener, and more reliable. Over the decades, Comcast has been your partner, working hard to serve your community, and will continue to be your partner. We're expanding our gigabits so you can enjoy the tiny bits that matter most.
Want your boss to put some real action behind the rhetoric when they talk about making your workplace more inclusive? Find out how to hold their feet to the fire and demand diversity on the Diversity Dude podcast.
Hello there, and welcome back to the Diversity Dude podcast. I'm your host, Lambert Fisher, marriage and family therapist, award-winning author, and national speaker on the topic of multicultural awareness and diversity. And before I dive into today's topic, I'm excited again to share that I have the honor of having been selected as one of the featured speakers at this year's TEDx Minneapolis event, this August 12th at the Orchestra Hall in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And if you happen to be in town, I welcome you to participate as I bring my relationship strengthening perspective to this year's theme of creating an atmosphere of intersection and connection. And as I do in everything, whether it be through my one-on-one relationship building efforts as a therapist or my informing and empowering efforts as an author or speaker, know that my personal mission is to do my part to improve the world one strengthened relationship at a time. So today, I want to share with you about the relevance of minority mental health care for everyone. If you aren't aware, July is Minority Mental Health Awareness Month. And building upon recent podcasts exploring considerations for overcoming individual mental health stigmas and personal barriers to seeking out mental health care, I want to take a few moments to explore why minority mental health matters. Now, as a marriage and family therapist, having spent over 20 years supporting the mental health and well-being of children and adults, couples and families alike, it may not be much of a surprise to hear me promoting mental health awareness. However, my commitment to mental health has never been about a commitment to a field, profession, or industry. It's not about a commitment to mental health programs or diagnoses or prescription medication. From every title or role in this field to every treatment strategy or helpful recommendation, my goal has always been to simply improve the real day-to-day lives of anyone in need of support. And while there are many ways for each of us to do this, what has resonated with me the most is that while we all invest our time, money, and energy to do our best to live our best lives at work, at school, and in the community, when challenges arise, it can be difficult to identify where beneficial change can come and how to bring about that change. When problems arise on the job, we can try to fix it or get a new job. When problems arise in our physical health, we can try to exercise or eat better or seek out medical advice. And yet, throughout all these challenging efforts to manage life's various stressors, what stays constant are our own internal thoughts and feelings, which, whether we like it or not, has a significant impact on our ability to make better decisions, personally, within our home, as well as outside of the home. So why do I bring this up today? Because it serves as a non-stigmatized justification for at least caring about one's own mental health and well-being, as well as the mental health and well-being of those who we encounter on a regular basis. Just as you would care about the physical health struggles of a family member, a friend, or coworker, your care is also evident when you see a family member or a friend or coworker experiencing difficulties managing their mood, making healthy decisions, or otherwise impacting their lives in significant ways. In situations like these, you can sit back and say nothing, leaving them to fend for themselves, concluding that they're grown and they should handle those things like emotions on their own, something that we wouldn't exactly say the same for physical difficulties or struggles. Or we can find a way to empathetically express our concern, invite sharing without judgment, validate their struggles, and if needed, encourage them to find additional support. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Sometimes it seems risky to offer to help someone because they may feel offended or judged by the offer of support. They may simply even reject your help out of pride or maybe even fear or overwhelm. or a multitude of other options. However, negative reactions like these are often based on self-deprecation and shame for needing help in the first place, or a desire to overcome their internal struggles alone, believing that that's what they're supposed to be doing. In cases like these, your best effort is to accept the decline of your offer without judgment, because maybe your acceptance of their no is exactly what they need in order to believe your non-judgmental sincerity and allow them to accept the next offer of support from you in the future. Other times, negative reactions to support are motivated by a feeling of the need to protect themselves because prior to your offer, they have had a multitude of experiences of offers of support thrown back in their face or otherwise used against them. Again, in cases like these, the lack of defensiveness goes a long way in rebuilding trust. And still, other times, offers of support in the form of professional recommendations cannot be accepted because of limited resources or accessibility barriers. This has been very significant when it comes to minority mental health in particular, because just like physical health care, when racial or ethnic minorities are willing to take the risk of pursuing mental health care, they find multiple barriers outside of their ability to control. For example, limited finances may be at play, because even with insurance, mental health care can be expensive, and a sliding scale fee professional may often fill up because of this great service. Limited access may be at play because they live in areas where not enough availability of therapists to support them are, and unreliable internet access is available to support telehealth sessions. Limited availability particularly may be relevant when working at jobs that don't allow for flexibility for daytime therapy sessions, relegating them to more rare and in-demand after work hours where professional availability for local therapists is limited. And then there's limited availability of culturally competent mental health professionals who not only know their field, but also know how to personalize their care and recommendations to the needs and experiences of their minority clients. Recognizing this need in particular and acknowledging that there are only so many hours in a week for which I can commit to meeting as many mental health needs as possible is why I've dedicated my non-therapy time to providing cultural competence training to mental health professionals everywhere, as well as helping professionals in any field, committed to meeting the greatest variety of needs possible, whether or not they personally share those cultural experiences or needs. Since our personal mental health influences everything that we do in the rest of the outside world, even if you only care because of the potential impact others' mental health care might have on you, on the job, in the neighborhood, or on the road, even, and more, I encourage you to do whatever you can to look for opportunities to show your support for someone you encounter on a day-to-day basis, showing that you care about their total well-being, including their balanced mental health. And if you see someone who is struggling, take the initiative to either express your concern or offer help directly by removing a barrier to getting support or help them find and gain access to professional mental health care and support. My hope for you and everyone you encounter is that we can all show as much care as possible for our own mental health as well as the mental health of others, contributing to healthier and personal professional relationships and interactions everywhere. And with that, I'll say thanks again for listening to the Diversity Do podcast. If you have any pressing diversity-related questions that you'd like me to address on an upcoming podcast, or if your organization is in need of shame-free and empowering guest speaker or training on this often sensitive topic, then feel free to reach out to me directly at www.diversitymadesimple.com. And if you know of anyone else who could benefit from a positive and encouraging perspective on this often difficult topic, feel free to send them a link to this podcast. And keep an eye out for even more relationship strengthening encouragement in my upcoming message at TEDx Minneapolis 2023, this upcoming August 12th, and of course, available online afterwards. For more information, visit TEDxMinneapolis.com. And as usual, I look forward to addressing as many topics as possible and as many future podcasts as possible to help you improve as many relationships as you can at work, at home, and in your community. And as always, remember this: you don't need to know everything about everyone in order to have a positive impact on someone. Thank you all for tuning in, and have a great day.
Tune in each week and find out how to demand and implement diversity at your job. To hear more, check out previous Diversity Dude shows on ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
Hi, I'm Shaletta Brundage. I'm a media personality, podcaster, and a business owner. but my most important role is mom. 3 of my beautiful kids have been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. When I didn't know who to trust or where to turn, I found ACRA. ACRA provides home care services to families all over Minnesota. The care is not one size fits all. They know each one of my kids is unique. They listen to what resources we needed and what's best for our family. I've seen my kids grow and thrive with ACRA's in-home care. While autism is the most common diagnosis among ACRA clients, ACRA offers personalized in-home care services for people with disabilities, chronic illnesses, behavioral diagnosis, and mental illness. They work with children, adolescents, and older folks too. Find out more about ACRA at their website, acrahomecare.org. ACRA helps me provide my kids with a better quality of life. They can do it for your family too.
Children's Minnesota, the leader in specialized healthcare for kids, is here to raise awareness, standards, the bar, the stakes, the question, the curtain. On raising kids' health to the highest priority, kids need equal access to healthcare, more pediatric expertise, a voice for change. Kids need us, all of us. So let's raise them up. Children's Minnesota, the kid experts.
COVID-19 is still going around, and even a mild case can be serious during pregnancy. So what should you do if you're pregnant and have a positive COVID test? First, reach out to your doctor or healthcare provider. There might be treatment options they can recommend. That includes giving you a prescription for an antiviral drug you take in pill form by mouth. If you haven't gotten a COVID vaccine, it's not too late. Doctors say vaccinations are safe in any trimester. But the sooner, the better. Pregnancy can be a time of great joy and anticipation. So take good care so you and your baby are healthy. And congratulations.
Do you worry that lead-based paint in your older home might be dangerous to your children or kids who visit you? Well, Hennepin County put those fears to rest. Hennepin County offers free lead tests and home assessments. If they find anything, eligible homeowners and landlords can receive up to $15,000 for work on the home, including new windows. The government banned lead-based paint 45 years ago when it was discovered that lead poisoning can affect development and cause permanent damage in young children. But 75% of those homes built before 1978 still contain some lead-based paint. As the paint degrades, it can make dust that little kids ingest when they're crawling and putting things in their mouths. So make sure your home is safe and hazard-free. Learn about testing and that $15,000 grant at hennepin.us/lead control. That's hennepin.us/lead control.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.